everybody, so there have been a few changes, mostly because Loadout.tf apparently doesn't allow you to use unusual weapons anymore, which means that there were in need for some rule changes with how the previous system worked. And these rules are also in favor of you guys having the creative freedom that you want, which means that there have been added a bonus point that caps at 10 or 11, which means you can't go above that even if you get the bonus. Which means that, hey, you can basically skip 1 point or somewhere, or you can skip some points or stuff and still even get the chance to win. These rules are retroactively, which means that if you've been in the series before, like episode 1 or 2, you can go back there. If I ever said something like, oh, this deserves a bonus, or I'm gonna give like bonus like that, it's gonna actually give a bonus there. And you just need one unusual now to get the 2 points for unusual that fits with the theme. You can put more, but you don't need to, and stuff should just overall be nicer. So let's get to the submissions. So this loadout gets 10 points. It's clearly David Jones, you know. The reason why I'm also giving it a bonus is because literally all 3 weapons fit in. The whole thing just fits together. It's so nicely made. It's just so perfect. It basically only get 10 points and basically get a win because it managed to cash in the bonus, which is also a thing of the new rules, which allows that sure, it didn't get the 2 points for having an unusual. It got the 1 point for not using any unusuals, but then it also got the bonus. Okay, so the theme here is clearly Demo Pan. It gets a total of 8 points. It isn't using an unusual, so it loses out on a potential point there. And I mean, if it used an unusual, it wouldn't fit in anyways. But it isn't using like color matching either. So I mean, yes, if you probably painted the glasses Team Spirit, maybe it could have gotten a point there. I most definitely would have given it a point there. And then you may be like, Demopan uses white glass, but I would still have taken it as like, yeah, that's Demopan, but with extra pointing towards the color matching, I guess. So yeah, total of 8 points. Okay, so this is a troll submission in my opinion because I don't see the theme, but it's gonna get 9 points regardless. The reason why I don't like it more is because I don't really see why I would give it a bonus. I can see the creativity in it, so I mean there's at least that. It doesn't get a point because it doesn't use like a torso leg cosmetic, and it doesn't use color matching. But aside from that, it still gets a nice 9 points, so it should be pretty good. So I think the theme here is supposed to be some sort of army scout. I'm not really sure. The weapon is throwing me off. It gets a total points of 7. I don't really want to go into detail, but that's what it gets. So this one is a bit interesting because it looks like he just took his personal, you know, everyday loadout and submitted it. And I mean, I can see the theme. It's supposed to be, you know, Lime Scout. You know, there's this whole thing about how Lime Scout is like the cancer or some shit. And I mean, even the cosmetics are saying it. I mean, I don't really need to say it. He's getting the bonus point for actually going in with the weapon. The only points, like, he's legit top scoring on everything except creativity, because I'm pretty damn sure he just took his everyday loadout and submitted it. But I mean, still a nice score. Still a nice score. So I know the person who submitted this wanted it to be some Borderland thing, like supposed to have bare chest, like basically in that sense. But to me it looks like some sort of murderer. The weapon definitely fits in, but it's lacking sword and stuff like cosmetic, unusual, and like it doesn't even have color matching. So it gets a total of 7 points still. Pretty okay score still. If the weapon's name didn't give it away, the eye catcher might. This is supposed to be Odin, and I mean, it gets 9 points. It doesn't have a body cosmetic. I don't really see any cosmetic, like there isn't really any color matching. I mean, if the helm had been painted white, or maybe the beard had been painted white, probably like both things were the same paint basically, and probably white would have been more fitting, then it would get the color matching point and would actually get a 10 points on it. But it's very close regardless. I am giving it the bonus, even though like it lacks it on both color matching and on, you know, body cosmetic, but it's still pretty damn nice loadout. So the theme here is clearly supposed to be like robotic pyro, and I know this is another TF2 YouTuber who decided to submit. He just wanted to do like a regular submission, so here it is. And it may fall into a gray area if the backpack counts as like a body cosmetic or stuff, but I am getting it a bonus because everything else is so perfect on it. So if it counts as a body cosmetic or not doesn't really matter, because it still gets 10 points and get to basically win. So this is actually a pretty nice loadout. I'd guess that it's supposed to be a guy on holiday. Maybe he's a skateboarder. Definitely on holiday. He even have his like soda with him, and it's definitely getting a bonus. It doesn't really have any color matching per se. There's nothing really going on with the colors, but may fall short there. It still gets the bonus, and it doesn't really have an unusual, so still gets a very nice amount of 9 points. So if this wasn't a guy who just submitted his own loadout, as I'd know from like the hat and the bandana doesn't go in with the whole winter theme, then we'll get 10 points. That's why it's getting a 10 question mark, because it doesn't really have a theme going on. It's supposed to have a winter theme, but it feels very forced on top of like a cowboy hat and a bandana. So, you know, that it's a bit like gray area there. I don't know. It's getting a 10 question mark. So my guess on this is that it's supposed to be like an evil villain, maybe from some TV series that I don't really know about, but I can really see the theme going on there. It's not really getting a point for the color matching, but it is getting a bonus, and I think the effect goes in with the whole like evil villain genius kind of thing. Even the weapon goes in with like a bloodied head, maybe a robot head, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be a human head, but I can see the thing going on with it, so it definitely get 10 points for that. I'm not really sure about this loadout. Like, my first guess would be that it's some sort of CIA guy, maybe a war veteran, but I honestly, like, I don't know. I'm gonna give it an 11 on trolling. It doesn't really get a bonus either, but it does get like max points in trolling because everything else is pretty much on point. And I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be, so well played. Okay, so my guess is that this is supposed to be Mario, but it's like it's a red hat and not yellow, so maybe a War Mario. But I mean, I would have loved to see some paint on the hat to actually confirm what it's supposed to be. A lot of other things seems to be on point, but it doesn't really have color matching going on. As I said, a yellow hat would probably have worked there, or you know, Team Spirit to enforce that it's actually Mario, and then the like whole color thing would have been working better. Also, another skin for the wrench would work, like as a plumber have a wrench maybe, and then even though Mario doesn't really have it, I don't know. Getting 8 points regardless. So I think the theme here is supposed to be a cheetah because, or maybe a leopard. I don't know. The effect of the weapon kind of goes in because it's supposed to be hot where they live, right? It's pretty hot there, maybe on the savannah or wherever. Would have been nicer to see the scattergun being a leopard printed one to go with like the spots and the whole thing. I do like how the paint on the spook spectacles goes in with like the whole color matching. So, I mean, definitely getting 10 points there. Maybe even with the bonus, or maybe without the bonus even. So, a winner. I don't think we need to discuss anything else. So I think this is supposed to be some ancient Mayan pyro, maybe a dragon pyro. It's actually getting a total of 10 points because the only place it like kind of lacks out is because it doesn't have an unusual, but now it actually gets the bonus points. And the reason why I didn't have, like, I haven't taken it before even though it's an early submission, is because in the old system it would barely get any points and then it wouldn't be interesting. But now it kind of actually is. So pretty nice here. I actually think I'm giving this loadout a bonus point, even though it doesn't use body cosmetic, which would probably have led to 9. I mean, literally any body cosmetic is like an active researcher there would have gotten 9 points. You could even have, I don't know, maybe a Generation 1 shotgun, like a lightning rod with a Festivizer on, and you would have gotten 10 points in this one, to be honest. But hey, still appreciating the whole creativity, still giving it a bonus point, and I think it deserves at least 8 points here, even though it's a bit lacking on what's used for it. I still like the whole like Festivizer theme though. Okay, so I think this is supposed to be some sort of cowboy main character kind of soldier. I mean, I really like how the color matching on like basically the belt. It's debatable whether the belt is like a body cosmetic or not, but it falls into that gray area. But I like that the color matching of the belt, the hat, and like the rocket launcher itself. Pretty nice there. I can also see how like he's the main character, so we have the hearts effect kind of thing. Maybe the ladies fall in love with him, some shit like that. But I mean, it's pretty good. I also think like this is the final in-game loadout that I've got in my folder, unless I accidentally skip some. I just wanted to get rid of all of those like just cover them all in one episode basically, and then I can start and focus a bit more on the loadout, the TF1, so at least like there will be some priority when you submit in-game loadouts basically. But I do hope you guys enjoyed, especially how I've decided to like optimize it a bit to make the episode shorter and cover more loadouts when possible. Also, if you're wondering how you can submit your loadouts to this series, just there's a link to my Discord in the description below. You just go there, then you go to the section called Themed Fortress, and then you just submit your loadout pictures there. Make sure that it's actually a picture and not a link. I want to see like the picture. That makes it so much easier on me. And preferably if it's just, you know, uploaded to Discord as the picture. So hope everybody enjoyed this. I'll see you again next time.